Well, the upcoming presidential 2016 election is going to be a four-way race if the Republicans actually freaking got any brains. Now, I already put out a couple videos where I was kind of putting two and two together with about Donald Trump. He's been a liberal his whole damn time. Now, this is actually Gennifer Flowers, and I got an idea for the Republicans, and this is going to take a couple twists, so pay attention. The thing is, with Donald Trump, he's been actually a lifelong liberal. Actually, 3 years ago, when he was debating with Romney, he was criticizing Romney because Romney was being too hard on the illegal immigrants. And I was like, whoa, he took the 180-degree difference. He also said, Donald Trump in the past, I know you just put up with this if you love Trump, but just like, I got a plan here. As I like what Trump says too, okay, but, I know if you're just already freaking got your mind made up on Trump, you're probably not going to want to hear what I'm saying here, but I'm going to tell you a couple things anyway, what he said in the past. He was buddy-buddy with Bill Clinton. He always said Bill Clinton was the best president we had in modern times. He was always buddy-buddy with Hillary Clinton. I know he said she was no good at the Secretary of State, but he praised her as New York State Senator. He was buddy-buddy with Nancy Pelosi. So I think that it might be that Trump is a ringer to actually split the votes with the Republicans so Hillary gets in. But here's what the Republicans got to do. They got to actually put up a woman as an independent party. And I say Gennifer Flowers. Gennifer Flowers. One of the big things that Hillary's going to be playing a card on is that she got victimized by Bill Clinton. And all the women go, oh, it's so horrible that this woman had to put up with, But Gennifer Flowers will tell you, drop you all the dimes on Bill Clinton, because actually one of the things she said, actually according to a newspaper, was that Bill Clinton told Gennifer Flowers that, Hillary Clinton eats more pussy than I do. So I'm thinking, wow, man, you can put that on the campaign trail or something, whatever, in some of your speeches, and it'll give some thought to, some of the women out there. Who the hell, which woman they actually want to vote for, because, and actually I think Monica Lewinsky would be very good as a VP, because the VP position is actually a position of trying to spread goodwill from the United States and its image, and she would also spread goodwill for, like, the French, the German, the Italians, the Spanish, and piss off the Muslims, So I think that'd be kind of cool. So she can go out there and spread goodwill for the USA, because the VP is kind of like a position of an ambassador of the United States. Just in case something happens to the president, she'd be the president. But she can also play that victim card. I was a victim of Bill Clinton, blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, Bill, he can unload the old lady and get hooked backed up with Gennifer Flowers and be the first dude again if he plays his cards right. And, I'm actually okay with Bill in some ways, even though, well, the thing is, you got to watch him, because he tends to be communistic, because he's controlled by the powers that be. But as long as we, the people, are the powers that be, and we make sure he's going the right direction, he's a guy that wants to be liked. And if we, the people, kind of control what the deal is politically and let him do whatever the hell he wants, having fun up there in the White House, he would be all right as a president. Considering that, we got a four-way race. We got a four-way race, whoever the Republicans nominate, I don't know who it's going to be. I'm thinking it's going to be Bush, because he's got a lot of power. But then again, it could be somebody really good like Scott Walker or even Rand Paul or something, or I don't know, or Cruz or something. Somebody, it might be one of those too. But then I'm thinking Trump is going to book. He's going to go on a third party. And he's going to split the votes with Republicans. So we got to freaking split the votes with the Democrats, because Democrats undoubtedly are going to dominate Hillary. So I say it's going to be Gennifer Flowers and Monica Lewinsky. Now, actually, there's been a lot of stories coming out recently about Bill Crosby. And, you hear about all the sexual scandals. Now, this is one thing that got me about this. It's a little bit of a separate subject. But you know how they don't freaking say nothing about the sexual scandals of, people that are in politics too much, unless they don't like them. If they don't like them in politics, then they freaking nail them. I'm also thinking that maybe they don't like some of the things that Bill Crosby said, about education and things like that, and how to, really make it in the United States. And he's a little, like, giving too much common sense advice. So, he might have done all these things, but then again, I look at all the other stuff these other guys did, like Bill. It's like a hands off. And, people like Jon Stewart, he's always putting out these funny skits. I like this guy, to tell you the truth. But then again, he doesn't ask the question why on all the stuff that's really politically incorrect. Because you could really tear up Hillary Clinton and a girlfriend that she's had, whatever her name was, the Muslim Brotherhood girlfriend she's had since before, like, 2007. Yeah, he doesn't put nothing out on that because I guess he's afraid of freaking winding up being like a Joan Rivers or something, Or he doesn't put too much out about, Michelle Obama and, maybe she was born as a man or whatever. He doesn't go into those areas, And that's, I like this guy. He's funny. He's very, very intelligent. I think he's like a super genius. But then again, none of these guys on the top ask the questions like I would, but I'm freaking stupid, so I'll ask these questions. But I'll tell you one thing. Even though Trump might be a ringer for the Clintons, there's one thing I really, 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 really like about him that everybody's ignoring. Trump for president in 2012, actually 2016, he's an expert in bankruptcy. And, if he gets elected in 2016, what's going to happen sometime over his administration by 2020? The U.S. is going to be bankrupt. And I got to tell you right now, I could see him making a deal. Well, I got the papers right here. You guys, you're not getting nothing. We're bankrupt. We're declaring bankruptcy. That's it. The IMF could go screw. You can go screw. You can go screw. We're keeping everything. China go blow me. Hell with you assholes. We're bankrupt. Screw it. And we got all the money here in the USA. So I think Trump would be a good president during a time when we get bankruptcy. So, a lot of people looking at the immigration issue, and I'm thinking of the bankruptcy issue, and I'm thinking, that's the guy you want in the White House when we go bankrupt, So anyway, and you could also put Ivana back. Ivana, his ex, she could be the Secretary of State, and spreading a lot more goodwill with Monica. And it's like, what kind of White House do you want? I mean, right now, it's already a circus show because, you see what Obama did when he passed the gay legislation. He's like, let's light up the White House. Hey, it's Fruit Loop land. But, if it's going to be like a freaking fun, crazy thing, I mean, what the hell, right? Let's just freaking make it fun and crazy, And Putin, he's going to be like, I give up on these crazy Americans. I don't even want to deal with it. He's going to be like, he ain't gonna know what the hell's coming up next, because if we pull this kind of shit off, say for instance, it's a mixture of Trump, Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton, Ted Cruz, and Scott Walker, and all those yo-yos are in there running the show all at once. The guy's never gonna figure out what American policy is ever, So he's gonna freaking just bow out and say, it's very simple in Russia. I just win all the time, and I've been dictator for the last 17 years. Yeah, whatever, buddy. For the next 4 or 5, too. So anyway, I think this would be a good idea because I think actually Trump is going to split the ticket with the debt. I'm going to tell you why I think so. Why I think so with Trump, too, besides. I think he's a good guy for the bankruptcy. But I'll tell you one thing. I was watching something where a reporter was asking Trump's main, he's the campaign finance manager or the campaign manager or whatever his name is. His last name was Cohen. I forgot what his first name was. He was asked point blank. He says, will Trump run as a third party if he gets rejected for the renomination on the Republican convention? And he goes, you can't ask me that question. I was like, you can't ask me that question? I was like, what the fuck? You can ask any question you want. And that's what actually the guy says. Well, I don't have to answer this. And it all depends on how we're treated and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, here we come. I says, he basically let the cat out of the bag. He's going to run a third party. He's going to split the vote with the Republicans. And, I'm going to tell you one thing. When H.W. Bush, which I'm not really a fan of, but I was more of a fan of him than Bill Clinton, the draft dodger guy, H.W. Bush went against Saddam Hussein. He had a 90% popularity rating less than a year before the election. And, maybe some of that whittled away a little bit, but maybe it was 80%. Here comes Ross Perot and steals 90% of the popular vote. And you got this guy, Bill Clinton, the unknown boy senator, comes in and becomes president. Then Ross Perot does it again and ensures that Bill Clinton gets a second term. I think that Trump's pulling this crap off because Trump has been buddy-buddy with Clinton, not just for a little bit, but for a lot. And, you could say they're all playing the game. He's buddy-buddy with everybody on both sides. No, he's been extremely buddy-buddy with Bill Clinton. So I got, he praised Hillary Clinton. I mean, not last year, but in years past, he was always praising her when she was senator. He was praising Nancy Pelosi. Trump makes Obama look like a right-wing conservative if you go back just a few years or so. Like I said, just 3 years ago, he was criticizing the hell out of Romney over his harsh immigration policy. What's the 180? So I think Trump is a ringer for the Clintons. But, the way I look at it, let's freaking think outside the box. Let's take care of Bill, too, because, say, for instance, we got Gennifer Flowers and Monica Lewinsky on a ticket to split the vote with Hillary Clinton. Hey, man, then he could dump Hillary and get him back with Gennifer Flowers. He could still be the first dude and make a deal. And then we have Gennifer Flowers, and say she wins. Say she wins. The women got a lot of power and stuff like that. And maybe the women don't want to. Maybe the women want a heterosexual woman instead of a bisexual, lesbian type leaning woman. Maybe that's the majority wants, and that could be an issue too. Not that, it violates anybody's rights one way or the other, but, the thing is, this guy's like, the major media doesn't touch these topics like Jon Stewart. I like this guy. He's funny as hell. He's very intelligent. But, he doesn't touch these topics. He doesn't ask these hard questions. Because there's probably not enough bulletproof vests he can wear to freaking, walk around in the daylight. That's probably why. I mean, I don't blame him in some ways. But anyway, whatever happens, just go with the flow. But, I'm surprised the Republicans aren't asking questions about this Trump guy that they have asked. The independent reporters asked. And like I said, I'll repeat it again. When he was asked, he asked his top campaign manager, the guy's, I forgot his first name. His last name was Cohen. It's Cohen. He just said, "You can't ask that question." He goes, I can answer that question. The guy goes, I don't have to answer it. And he goes right on to some other shit about the Republicans better not treat us badly at the freaking nomination. So, and like I said, I'm repeating it again, but I don't think people ought to get it. You got to look back at this guy's record. He was a big-time supporter of the Clintons all the way. I ain't too sure about him, man, but I'm thinking if he did, I'll say by a miracle he got in. He would be the guy for the bankruptcy, but then again, I'd be okay with any of the three. Gennifer Flowers, Trump, or whoever Republicans put up. Gennifer Flowers would include Bill Clinton as the first dude. Anybody except Hillary Clinton, because she comes across as somebody might say it's because she's a woman. Nah, it's not because she's a woman. It's not because she's lesbian either. She just comes across as a bitch and a half. And, there was times, actually I can tell you a little bit about something I heard. She used to run into the meetings and scream at Bill, and he'd have to just shut up, not say nothing, and she'd go out of the freaking thing. The Secret Service used to have to freaking, protect Bill from her throwing shit at him and stuff. There was a lot of stuff going on. But the thing is, you say this guy screws around, so does he. So is she. I mean, what the hell? It's a bunch of bullshit. The whole thing's a charade, man. Actually, you don't need any of them. And, here they're attacking this guy, Bill Crosby, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, maybe it's true. It probably is true. But then again, it looks like a thimble compared to an Olympic-sized swimming pool compared to some of the other freaking people that we got in politics, right? But I think the main reason they're attacking Bill Crosby is because of he's got like a common sense stance about, how to get ahead in the United States, just work hard, be educated, and all that type of stuff. So, the whole media just goes along with it because, I can't blame, I can't blame everybody for not asking these questions because they probably wind up, dead or some shit, but I'll ask them. But anyway, I'd be okay with Ivana back as freaking Secretary of State anyway. So, and even if Bill won, not Bill, Gennifer Flowers, it could be more or less like a deal like Gennifer Flowers wins and Bill controls it behind the scenes, almost like Medvedev and freaking Putin, right? So anyway, I'm thinking we might have a four-way race in 2016. It's gonna be very interesting. So. Putin's just like, I don't understand this American politics. Yeah, anyway. But you're never going to understand it because you're a lunkhead. Anyway, I might even vote for Gennifer if they freaking put her up as a Democrat or something, an alternative to the Democrats. I definitely wouldn't vote for Hillary, though. Forget about that lady.